Pineapples. Hi, this is Andrew, and thank you for subscribing to my channel, Andrew Foraday. I'd just like to say that I have accepted your challenge, although not the ice bucket challenge. A student of mine challenged me to do something, and I've already accomplished it. We'll get to that later tonight. But for now, let me answer some comments on Twitter, YouTube, and all that good stuff. We're going to start off with Razor. He asked me how tall I am. I am 5'5", 165 centimeters, $130, and I wear a size 8 shoe. Cool. Andrew, what do I say to girls? I come up with a bunch of stuff, but it's just boring to girls and doesn't work, and they leave. I try to ask interesting questions and a lot of questions. This question is by Peng. Peng, all I can say is, if you're asking too many questions, you're probably asking too many questions. It's really easy to make more statements and add-ons to the questions you've already asked in order to build that deeper connection with people. And just have fun with it. If you're not having fun, they're not going to be having fun. Is there going to be more videos of him? For the longest time, I don't believe Asians run the day game. False, Asians do run the day game. And yes, there will be more videos of me coming out in the distant future. Probably shooting for at least once every 2 weeks. So you'll be seeing a lot of me. On Twitter, Gaming Elite rather, says, the amount of Kino he does is amazing. Thank you. Never seen this ABC online day game course. Updated techniques. More videos, please. In terms of technique, this video was solely based on openers and bantering, which is the A and B phase of ABCs of attraction. I wanted to show that your opener doesn't really matter, and as long as you're having fun, everyone around you is going to be having fun. Cool. Tommy Doggy's Howl on Facebook says, I need to try this with horn-rimmed glasses and scream apple. And I challenge you to do so and reply to this in form of video somewhere to this video. Cool. He must be on a good one, says Daryl. And I was. And it was called Life. And I was, and I felt alive. David on Facebook says his sales pitch was to club promoter, not sure if it qualifies as picking up girls. And that is true. It is true that I used my social standing and my environment to pick up girls. And from my point of view, it's actually easier to gain warm sets. And by inviting them out to the club and inviting multiple girls out to the club, they already know who I am. I have social standing, and it's easier to game them from there on. So, question on Reddit. I don't quite understand what he says when opening. Is it just pineapples? And I understand he was trying to prove a point, but there must be more to it than that. This question is from a throwaway for PUA. The word pineapples actually means something to me, and my understanding behind it is that if you want to say something for shits and giggles and it makes you laugh, you should do it. And as long as you believe in the word and it really makes you laugh, the people around you will laugh. My word just so happens to be pineapples, and thank God Kevin Hart came up with a skit around it afterwards, but yeah, worked out perfectly. Super Yay says, they seem to really be enjoying his company. Definitely not my style in terms of game, but it works for him. In my opinion, though, a little too much high-fiving and buddy-buddy dynamic. From my experience, too much of this stuff, and you will accidentally disqualify yourself. The best part is when he picks up the girl. Also love the fact that he didn't comply with anything they asked. They were trying to turn him into a circus act, but he flipped the script by taking their photo-taking game and turning it into his own thing. I think that goes along with my previous answers. I'm showing the bantering side of things, how to have fun with people. And if you really take it and pay close attention to the video, at no point do I really give in to anything they wanted me to do. Sure, I did it eventually, but it was on my own terms and was never on theirs. And I think, yes, it is a very high energy, high circus monkey act, if you will. But at the same time, I was doing it on my own terms, and I wasn't doing it to entertain them, but I was rather doing it to entertain myself. And I think that's the key difference there. In regards to the video being really buddy-buddy and not dominant or sexual, you need to take a second and go back and rewatch the video and listen to all the sexual innuendos that happen and what we're actually saying in our conversation. I bring up the sex really early on. The word safe word was used, so they were thinking sex. They made sure I knew it was a girlfriend coming into town. And not only that, but at one point in the video, one of the girls elbows me and suggests that if I get her drunk, everything will be okay. Cool. The red candy says, within the first 45 seconds, you can see solid frame. Notice how when the girl gets down and walks towards her friend, he does not look at them in a needy or validation-seeking manner. Thank you. He's totally chill, and he's like, pineapples. I likely would not go to this over the top in an average pickup, but for the purpose of the video, it is all good. Andrew actually gives off a kind of RSD Tyler / Julian vibe. Thank you, I'll take that as a compliment. Crazy good stuff. Might be appropriate depending on location, my mood, and overall vibe. And what have you. Good stuff. Thank you, the red candy. You should definitely try it out. It is something you can keep in your arsenal. Although I don't do this on a day-to-day basis, it's nice and it's fun for when the mood strikes. So thank you again for subscribing and giving me feedback on my first video. There will be many, many more to come. Feel free to comment, send video replies, whatever you will, and I will tackle any questions that you have. Going back to the challenge that my student proposed, this was an older student who was balding, and he believed that looks, being dressed nice, was everything there was to game. And to prove a point, I shaved my head. Yeah, it's all gone. But shaved my head, wore a wife beater, had on a straw hat, and went out the game. You can see that in my next upcoming video. Stay tuned and be sure to check it out.